Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cerebral Smack Talk here on YouTube.com on Braves Fan 95. This is your Tuesday night delight, and not only that, but we are back, ready to go for another hot episode tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is good old MF Michael Fletcher holding down the fort with Anthony Florio, with Dee Woodson, and with Michael Bullock. And we are talking about Smackdown Live tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, all right, we knew the bar was set awfully high for for SmackDown Live. Monday Night Raw absolutely killed it last night with an 8.0 of a show. And as a matter of fact, now indications are saying that last night's Monday Night Raw was the highest rating it's gotten in over 4 months. I believe that's right around the same time of the epic show from Providence, Rhode Island, folks. So you want to talk about an incredible show, to say the very least. This was a good show, and we knew that SmackDown really had to work its way up and really get, down to business and the whole 9 yards. So, what we were going to do? Well, we started off the show with a little bit of some backstage stuff. We had the New Day with Heavy Machinery. We had Becky Lynch on her way out. And sure enough, Becky Lynch opens the show, cutting a promo, buzzing everything through the wire. Then the next thing you know, the Iconics come out and cuts a promo on Becky Lynch, but also talks about, of course, the elephant in the room, the new the new WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Then, of course, Becky Lynch basically was like, you know what? She was gonna do whatever she wants to do, and of course, she is the man. And what we got? Well, at the end, it ended up being Peyton Royce one-on-one for Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch wins the match in 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Disarm her. And then after the fight was over, Asuka showed up, got in the match, screaming in Japanese. She apparently wanted it a match with Billie Kay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a 3-for-1, as Billie Kay goes one-on-one with Asuka, and Asuka wins the match, Asuka lock, in 1 minute and 14 seconds. Then Becky Lynch and Asuka basically face to face, eye to eye, square off, going into what undoubtedly was going to be, they're setting up for the Royal Rumble. All right. This was red hot. This was amazing. This was a perfect way to start the show. Great way to build the women's title fight between Asuka and Becky Lynch. Now, I don't want to really rate the matches, but Becky Lynch and Peyton Royce was better than Asuka and Billie Kay. So that's far and beyond one point. But if you put this all together as a whole segment, this was perfect. It was utilized greatly. It gave us what we wanted in a great way to start the show. Nothing more to say about that. So for me, this was a red hot start for SmackDown Live, and you could not have done any better than what they did. To the point that it made us look really good. It made us feel strong, and I really enjoyed the body of work. I thought this was a really good way to start the show. Yes, the matches were short, and if you want to call NA or dud, fine, go right ahead. But as far as vamping up for the women's division, for the women's title fight for SmackDown Live, I think it did justice. I think they did it incredibly, and I loved it. I don't think there's really nothing bad to say about it. So with that said, Anthony Florio, come on in. Give me your thoughts. I thought they did a tremendous job.
Absolutely. It was another solid segment from the man, who always makes good points when he's on the mic. Absolutely. And I agree. Becky and Peyton was definitely the better match between the two here. I mean, I'll tell you what, as a whole, I would say, Asuka came off like a huge badass by dismantling Billie Kay and staring her down, while Becky had another solid match on the show. I'm definitely excited for this. And, the Royal Rumble card, I can honestly say could be one of the most stacked cards in the history of the Royal Rumble. I mean, we all know the main selling point is the Royal Rumble match itself, both the men's and the women's. But it's not often we get a stacked undercard. And look at this undercard. I mean, both women's title matches are going to be amazing. I really feel that. But I got a feeling this one might just be a smidgen better, because we all know how great Becky has been since summer, and now Asuka's finally looking like the Asuka of old after they, buried and humbled her for a little bit. But nonetheless, I'm excited for it. So if I had to rate it, I would say Becky and Peyton was probably like 2 to 2.25. The other was a straight up dud, because Asuka pretty much dominated from start to finish, and it was only like 2 minutes. So really nothing more to say on that. So everything came out great, and Rumble can't get here fast enough, and I can't wait to see it. So nothing more to say. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, I thought the segment was good to start off. I mean, the man Becky Lynch basically making some points, but and the thing is, guys, it's like when Becky Lynch speaks, everybody listens and they believe everything that she says. And then Asuka basically comes out and they have a little back and forth, and then the Iconics come out and we get a little one-on-one first with the Becky Lynch and Peyton Royce, and as far as that match goes, I'm gonna give it 2 to 2.25. I mean, I thought Becky Lynch did a solid job. I mean, when I first heard the match, I mean, I thought this was gonna be bad, but I thought it was okay for what it was. And then Asuka saying that she wanted Billie Kay. Billie Kay's like, no, I'm going to the back. So Asuka grabs Billie Kay, and the match really didn't last long. And basically, with putting Billie Kay in the Asuka lock, so to me, that match was definitely a dud, no doubt about it. So, yeah, this match for the SmackDown Women's title at the Royal Rumble looks really good. I mean, along with all the other matches that we have up to this point. So everything went good. I mean, the segment and the first match, I thought, really sold it well. So nothing more to say. Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, all in all, the whole thing, the segment plus the 2 matches, very well done, very, very much built up for the women title moving up. And the, of course, the 2 matches, basically, yes, Lynch's match was better, but basically Asuka was saying, hey, whatever you can do, I can do better. And, of course, she tapped her out a lot faster than Becky did, but it is what it is. It's it's just building that tension even more between the two. So I'm not going to rate either of the matches, although the first one was better. The whole thing, though, it was very well done. A great way to start off SmackDown, and we're getting off to a great start for this show. So not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, take it.
All right, guys. So we got to move on, and there was a lot of segments on the show tonight. More than to even talk about here. So after that, we had a segment where AJ Styles was in the fans on the concourse level, hyping up the fact that he was a man of the people, that he paid, said that the fans play their hard-earned money to do what they want, and said that the fans at Phoenix will watch him see the real Daniel Bryan get his ass kicked. Then Bryan emerged in the crowd in street clothes and jumped AJ Styles. But then AJ quickly turned that around and put him through a table at the snack bar. So then backstage, more backstage stuff. Then we had the Usos doing taking some photo shoots. Then Jimmy Uso got a little gift, thinking, the anniversary's coming up. Maybe Naomi got him a little something, maybe a sneak preview of something going down. Oh no, Mandy Rose at it again, gives a rose and a hotel room key with the note telling Jimmy that she wants to get locked up in the Uso penitentiary. Well, it goes down. It's like that now, sweetheart. You want to get thrown into the penitentiary? Be careful what you wish for, sweetheart. You just might get it. Talk about jumping the shark on that. Holy cow. Then we had a little interesting interaction as Samoa Joe was walking by, getting ready for his match, getting ready for a match later in the night. And who by trade does he walk past and was there? EC3. Ethan Carter III was on SmackDown Live hanging in the back, but Joe and Carter had a little run-in. Oh, please bring EC3 to SmackDown Live. Please bring him to SmackDown Live. Joe versus EC3 would absolutely be lit. It would be a great match. It would be an incredible fight. So,
I'm sorry, Fletch. I got to interrupt there. We forgot another superstar that's new that was on SmackDown Live tonight.
Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we forgot to bring that up.
Well, she was backstage, watching. I think she was watching Becky Lynch and Peyton Royce when they were going at it. So yes, Lacey Evans was there. But like I said last night, she's better off on Monday Night Raw. She's better off on Raw. I already have the storyline set for her. You already heard it. You guys heard it. If you didn't see it, go to Anthony's channel, to the Tone 25 and Ridiculously Raw, and I gave you my synopsis. Don't go yet. Don't go now. Don't go now. Go after the show. Not now. Please hang with us. We're going to give you all the SmackDown Live you need right here, right now. So, then, back at the arena, it was supposed to be a match between Samoa Joe and Mustafa Ali. The fight never got off the ground. Joe absolutely destroys Mustafa Ali in the middle of the ring. It turned into a big-time Donnybrook brawl. And when it was all said and done, that was that. So, a little disappointing. Wish it was better. Everything else. Then there was a more backstage segment. Sonya Deville asking Mandy Rose, are you serious? You gave the key to Jimmy Uso? Isn't that toxic, poisonous? She's like, well, yeah, it is. But the thing is, I'm not really going for Jimmy. My main focus is Naomi. I want to destroy her life. I want to make her as miserable as she is because I want to play that mind games. So what's the one way of doing it? How am I gonna do that? By wrecking the marriage. She specifically said, for the whole world to hear, that she wants to drive a wedge on the newlyweds. Now, I know that's going to cause a lot of people, a lot of you-know-what, so we're not going to get into it. But then after that, there was another segment. Rey Mysterio was getting ready for a fight. Who does he run into? Nikki Cross, and she asked Ray if he wanted it to play, that she would play with him. Okay. You already know Nikki is a little crazy in the head. I don't know if you want to play with Nikki Cross and what type of play is she talking about. That's a discussion for another day. And we're going to get to that at another time and place. Finally, we get to some action. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the fight of the night. And one of the most highly anticipated matches on the Smackdown card. This was heavily promoted, guys, and we got it. 1-on-1, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas. And when it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 18 minutes and 11 seconds, Andrade wins the match. Anthony Florio, oh my God, when we heard this match, we knew it was going to be good. We were about 2 minutes away from a 20-minute fight. My man, talk about living up to the billing and then some.
In the immortal words of you and Gorilla Monsoon, MF, history was made on this show here tonight. You want to know why? Michael Bullock and I will tell you exactly why. When we had our SmackDown chat this evening, we saw this match, and it did something on television that hasn't been done in nearly 6 years. It's not often we do this, but we're going to do it. And Bullock and I, we don't care. If we're the lone wolves on this one, so be it. We're pulling the trigger tonight. What we saw tonight, ladies and gentlemen, was a 5-star classic match here tonight. I'm not kidding you. You have to go back and see this match to believe it. Where do I even start? I mean, one of the best matches I have ever seen on SmackDown Live. Please watch it. And I hope this win is a sign that this is Andrade's year. By the way, we could still call him Andrade Cien Almas if we want, but technically he's now just known as Andrade. Just plain old Andrade. That's it. But nonetheless, not one, but 2 Canadian destroyers by Rey Mysterio. Gimmick infringement. That's Petey Williams' move, by the way, from TNA. But who cares? I mean, I think Petey's is just a little bit better, but I think Mysterio's is, a little more harder hitting. But yes, we did have that slight little distraction from Zelina Vega, or as MF refers to her, the sexy Zelina Vega. Yes, I know MF. But nonetheless, I mean, oh my gosh. The exchanges hit another level of greatness. Almost ended up countering the Canadian Destroyer. And you heard that crowd at the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center in Birmingham, Alabama tonight. This is awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. You damn right it was awesome. Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. Near fall after near fall. The athleticism was absolutely amazing. I mean, as Mauro Ranallo once famously said, there are no words. I can honestly say there are no words. There are not enough words to describe how epic this match was here tonight. This SmackDown Live tonight, not one of their better efforts overall, I'll be honest with you. Raw definitely won the week. Yay us, about time. But at least SmackDown had a moment. And they had their moment here tonight. We had some great action last night, but tonight, in the immortal words of JBL, call the Birmingham PD because them boys just stole the dang show. And they did that and then some. More of that, please. More of that. What you saw tonight, folks, I don't know much about Lucha Libre wrestling. That's all MF. MF could tell you stories on days about Lucha Libre and everything else. He knows way more about that than I do, Bullock, and I'm sure even Dee Woodson. But nonetheless, if Bullock and I are overrating this, we don't give a damn. That's how damn good this match is. MF, I know you had to work tonight, I'm sure, but I hope you DVR'd this show tonight, man, because if you did, go out of your way when you have a moment, maybe after the show or if you have time tomorrow, whenever. Go out of your way, MF. Watch this match. And when you're done, you're like, okay, now I see why Florio and Bullock rated that 5 stars. Now I get it. You'll see it. You got to see it to believe it. Unbelievable. Yes, first 5-star classic rating of 2019. You damn right. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm just going to channel my inner Mauro Ronaldo one more time. There are no words. Not enough words. Michael Bullock, come on back in. We had our SmackDown chat this evening. First one of those we've had in a while. The one night we had it, I'm glad we did because, oh my goodness. You rated it 5 stars, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to join you on that. 5-star classic. Let's get your rebuttal. Sell MF on this match. Sell him.
Yes, this was indeed a 5-star classic tonight. I mean, the action was solid. The near falls were really good. And we had that element of Shakespearean drama. And the crowd was red hot for this match. I mean, we knew this match was going to be good. I didn't think this was going to be damn good like we saw here. I mean, you were the crowd. They were saying, this is awesome. And I hope that this is the year that Andrade gets that push that we've been hearing about. All I can say is both of these men were fantastic. They should be applauded for their efforts. So, nothing more to say. 5 stars. Fight of the night. If we overrated it, so what? Who cares? Dee Woodson, it's yours. I know you're probably going to disagree with us.
Who said I was going to disagree with anything? Nobody said anything yet, so I'll put it this way. Anything that shuts Vega up has to be damn good. Because that one move, she looked like she was in total panic mode because of Andre, laid out. No, this was definitely classic Ray. You got exactly what you expected to get out of Rey Mysterio. And definitely, Andre definitely stepped up his game to the point that this was, one of the better lucha matches that you could actually get on WWE. I mean, this was better than some of the other ones I've seen even in the past. I mean, this was totally awesome. So yeah, to shock Bullock, I am going to agree. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, boy.
Ooh. Whoa, snap.
Yeah, you judge before you hear anything. So you get burned.
And I think I just got taken to the woodshed and,
and then
got whipped like a government mule.
But yeah, no.
Bullock, what did you do?
He said I was going to disagree with them on the match.
Oh, because they thought that you were gonna disagree about the 5-star rating.
Yeah. Before I even opened my mouth, he's already had me disagreeing with him.
He basically judged the book by the cover and not reading the pages as usual.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I think maybe she thought I thought maybe she was gonna with Zelina Vega interfering like near the end.
Well, yeah, I mean that that was unnecessary, but still you got a better match out of the guys even with that. I mean, it was still up there, so it still deserves the rating it got, even with Little Miss Priss out there, interfering as usual. I mean, that's her usual stick. So, but still, they shut her up, and that right there, that that deserves a 5-star just to shut the woman up, not have her sitting there yelling at the whole match, telling him to get up and to do this and to do that. I mean, let the guy wrestle. You don't need the mouthpiece out there. I mean, that's as bad as Leo Rush, but even with all that though, they still brought their A game. They still brought one of the best WWE lucha matches. I mean, I'm not going to compare it to any other lucha show because I don't get to see too many other programs, either because of time restraints at home or because we don't get half of them here in Alliance. But that's a whole different story. So, but yeah, as far as from WWE standpoint, I think this was one of the better matches, and I do think Ray looked better in this match than even some of his older matches that he's had. I'm not going to say it's his best match, but it's one of the better I've seen from him in quite some time. So, not much more I'm going to say about it. I'll toss it back to you, Fletch.
Best way to say it is like this. This was definitely Rey Mysterio's best match since returning, but it also was Andrade Cien Almas's best match being on the main roster. And you could even go as far as to say probably his best match ever, NXT or WWE altogether. I think that's the best way to say it. And can you believe it? The first 5-star rating of 2019, and it's on Smackdown Live. Suck it, Raw. Suck it big time. Yeah, you had the better show. We got the first 5-star. We're gonna take that to the bank and run away with that. I don't give a damn. So, yes, big celebration for SmackDown Live getting that. And then we do move on to the show. Then they do talk about, the hotel room incident. Basically, it was what we expected. Naomi showed up, a brawl broke out. So it kind of, in one way, yes, it was going to happen. Another way, I guess you could say partial backfire, but the plan actually was a little more well executed than I originally thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, trashy and everything else, but, it backfired, but smooth. I'll give credit where credit's due for that one. And actually, credit to WWE for not going with the revealing lingerie or go really sexy. They kind of went a little more PG-ish, and what they did was they had her kind of more in her normal wrestling gear than anything else. So fine, no problem, whatever. Next thing we had was, well, the main event of the evening. This was the Shane McMahon birthday celebration. The Miz went all out for it. Basically, nice little video packaging, whatnot. Then the bar showed up. It led to the main event fight of the night, which was The Miz versus Sheamus. Miz wins the match in 5 minutes and 48 seconds. And at least it gives a little momentum for the Royal Rumble event. Miz and Shane going for the tag titles against the bar. Michael Bullock, I believe this is yours. So, give me your thoughts on the birthday celebration and the main event match of the night. I thought it was all right for what it was worth. Not too amazing, and it wasn't a complete disaster.
Yeah, as far as the birthday celebration, I mean, I thought it was fine. I mean, I thought it was a fine segment. I mean, they didn't go over the top with anything. So, yeah, I really got no problem with it. So, as far as the match goes, I mean, uh, what was the time of the fall, Fletch? Fletch, what was the time of the fall?
I believe he said it was 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
All right. All right. I'll give it about 1 to maybe 1.25. To be exact, not the best. So yeah, I mean, I really got nothing more to say on all this. So I'm just gonna toss it to D. Woodson.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the segment either. I mean, you see the cakes out there, you pretty much know somebody's going to go through the cakes. You know, that happens every birthday celebration. Um, the Air Jordans, that was really nice to see. That he actually got him a legitimate birthday gift. Because those things, man, they, being custom, those things would be, probably $500 or more, depending upon how you customize it. And I know Shane McMahon has almost every pair of shoes he has is customized. As for the match, I'm going to go slightly higher than Bullock, but that's also because I'm also rating the aftermatch stuff, because seeing Shane McMahon do a East Coast West Coast threw a cake onto Sheamus, you have to give at least a quarter of a star just for that. I mean, the old man still has it. I mean, so I'm going to give it 1.5 stars. You know, it's still, it was just, a normal, match, but still, seeing going through cakes and all that kind of stuff, that's just kind of, made the night a little bit cooler to end the show. So not much more I'm going to say about it. I guess I tossed it to you, Anthony.
Yeah, about 1.5 for that. I mean, I can honestly say, half and half on it. There's a small part of me that's enjoying it, another part of me that's like, who cares, honestly? Not really feeling it. But, the match afterwards was, a hilarious way to send the fans home happy. Everything The Miz touches ends up being outrageous fun, I guess you can say. If I'm going to be quite honest with you, the Mysterio Almas match should have main evented this show. I got to be honest. That's just how I feel about it. But, it is what it is. But nonetheless, we still got a 5-star out of it. So that's really all there is to say on that. So, like I said, when it comes to the Rumble, you heard it here first. Miz and Shayna are winning the belts. Simple as that. It's basically going to be Miz and Mizdow 2.0. That's basically what this is. So nothing really more to say on that. MF, let's just get to the overall review.
All right, and it starts off with Dee Woodson. So, Dee, what did you think of SmackDown Live tonight?
I thought it was, a fairly good show. No, not as high as Raw, but still, for the most part, most of it was pretty newsworthy. Could have done without the Uso, Naomi, Mandy Rose drama, but other than that, I mean, it's still very, very well done show. I mean, who couldn't have pretty much figured out when the box was open and a rose came out of it that it was not Mandy Rose? I mean, her last name's Rose. Pull a rose out. I mean, the writing for that segment pretty poor, I thought, but it is what it is. I'm not going to hash too much on it. I think I did most of that last week. The that one match with Ray and Andre, 5-star. That's the best match of the whole night. Still had some really good segments. They threw in the newbies in good spots. Kind of letting them be themselves. The one-upmanship at the start of the show, very well done. I like the Styles promo with Daniel Bryan. Seeing Daniel actually covered in all the condiments, kind of cool too. Seeing him actually get his, I guess you could say, just desserts on that one. And yeah, I'd like to see Joe versus EC3. There's no love lost there with them from Impact. But then again, I've said several times I'd love to see EC3 versus Daniel Bryan also, because they're polar opposites of their characters. EC3 has everything. Daniel trying to get rid of all that stuff that EC3 worships right now. So yeah, I mean, very well done show. Really enjoyed it, except for the that one storyline. I'm actually going to hit it with about 7.5. So not much more to say about it. I will see you guys next week. Good night.
All right, I'm gonna give it. My honest opinion is, look, it was an okay show. Yes, Raw definitely was the better show, no doubt about it. But I'll give this about maybe 6 out of 10. I'm gonna be generous with it because there was some okay moments of the event, but definitely the 5 star is the main reason why you watch the show more than anything else. Andrade versus Rey Mysterio is definitely worth the price of admission, and already the first candidate for fight of the year, because that's how good this match was. I don't think there's any other way that you could put it. This was an incredible match. Definitely TV fight of the year to jump out, and WWE's fight of the year right now is Andrade versus Rey Mysterio. 6 out of 10. Anthony Florio, go.
Exactly right on that, Matthew. Exactly right on that rating. This was a 6 out of 10. With all due respect to Dee Woodson, I think she severely overrated this show. This show was nowhere near a 7 to 7.5. No way. But I could definitely give it a 6. Most of that is because of the 5 star we witnessed tonight with Rey Mysterio and Andrade. I mean, that's the match right there. I mean, the other stuff was just okay. I mean, that's really all there is to say on that. I mean, if it wasn't for that 5 star with Mysterio and Andrade, this could have gone down as one of the worst SmackDown lives in a long time. I mean, nothing else on this show really stood out to me. I mean, some of the other stuff, is just okay with me. I mean, it's not really blowing me away. So it's one of those. I mean, I'm not going to say SmackDown Live phoned it in. They certainly did not phone it in tonight, especially Andrade and Rey. I mean, those two certainly did not phone it in. They let those two run wild. They let them, be themselves. And the more you do, the more you let performers be themselves, the better the matches are going to be. And I think we saw some of that on Raw last night too. But the main reason why Raw was so damn good last night was because, so much news came out of it. It was the most newsworthy Raw probably since Providence, guys. That's all there is to say there. So, but nonetheless, a new match was added to the card tonight. Rusev and Nakamura. They're going to go at it again for the United States Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble. So that's now been added to the card. So, I just wanted to make sure we address that elephant in the room. But other than that, I mean, yeah, mixed bag show. I'll say it like that. It was a mixed bag show this evening. So thank Rey and Andrade on that, because if it wasn't for that 5-star blowing us all away, this SmackDown Live would have been, we probably would have been talking maybe bad. We probably would have been talking like 2 or 3, if not worse, because nothing on that show other than that really wowed me, if I'm going to be quite honest. So Rey and Andrade, you saved this show tonight. No doubt about it. Well done. So 6 out of 10. Bullock, wrap it up.
Yeah, I'll give it about a 6 out of 10 as well. I mean, not the best SmackDown live in a while. So yeah, I mean, if it weren't for that Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas, who knows? This would have been, like Florio said, maybe a 2 to maybe a 3 out of 10. So yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So Fletch, I say let's just put a bow on this edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk, my friend.
Old. We do have a little bit of a Mikey's Mindset. Just a brief one, guys. Just a brief one. Ring of Honor show coming up this week. We had Zack Sabre Jr. going one-on-one with Tracy Williams. Zack Sabre Jr. won the match. Very good match. Nothing more to say. Next thing we had was a Women of Honor tag team fight. The Twisted Sisters, the Hella Dead, and Thunder Rosa, who is trained by Gangrel. They went up against the team of Madison Rayne and Britt Baker. DMD, obviously, Britt Baker and Madison Rayne won the match. Of course, everybody knows Britt Baker is now signed to All Elite Wrestling. Who knows? Maybe Madison Rayne? We'll wait and see what happens there. Then in our main event for the evening, for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, two members of SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, went up against the Briscoe brothers. The Briscoes wins the match. They keep the tag team titles in possession. And then what happens well, no, that's pretty much the entire show. There's really nothing else to hype. So that's all that they got. But what we do got next week is the tournament to decide the next #1 contender for the Ring of Honor television champion. And what it's going to start with is Rush is going one-on-one with TK Orion, and that's going to be the beginning of the tournament. So we got that. Then in SCF and Anarchy, we got a major show coming up for you guys on that night. A 5-way it's a 5-way Queen of the Mountain match. Taylor Andrews, or I should say Tina Andrews, puts the Anarchy Women's title on the line and goes up against 4 other people. Alexandria Calloway, Christine Nash, Jade West, and also the one of the members of the Veronica sisters. They're going to also be in action. And then the big fight is the SCF Rumble. That's going down. And, all right, allow me to explain the rules because it's not like your typical Royal Rumble match. It starts with 30 people. 2 minutes after, there's, every person comes in. Elimination can occur anytime over the top rope. However, when it gets to the Elite 8, the second phase of the match begins, which is an X cage. Basically, it's a 25-foot cage with weapons all over the place, and the way to get eliminated is by pinfall, submission, or if you throw one of your opponents into a trap door. That's right. There is trap doors surrounded in this X cage, and if somebody gets caught in that trap door, out they go. Bye-bye. You're eliminated. Once we get to the final 2, the cage is raised back to the roof, and it's last man standing. The first one to be the ultimate survivor wins the match and gets a title shot at WrestleX. That's SES version of WrestleMania. That show is going down 1 week from tonight, and I will have exclusive results live next week right here on the Cerebral Smack Talk. All right, that's it. We're done for the night. Anthony Floyo, get your ass in here and give us the rundown for Strictly Sports on Friday night.
Which I hope you'll be a part of, MF, because I really, really want to get your thoughts on our double main event, especially. But we got a very small docket, folks. Very small. We're going to talk about Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau was recently fired as the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll address that elephant in the room rather quickly because you know what I want to get into. The NFC Championship game, the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. We'll get into that. And then, of course, the Tony and Mikey special. Oh, this is the Tony and Mikey special right here. The special of specials right here. The game, one of two games that we wait for all year long. This is the first right here. The AFC Championship game, the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll get into that. And then to close it out, our first NBA power rankings of the season. And that's all. Tom Thibodeau, Rams, Saints, Patriots, Chiefs previews, and the NBA power rankings. And that's it. So until Friday night at 10:30 over on my channel, The Tone 25, for Strictly Sports. See y'all then. MF, I'm hoping your work commitments don't get in the way because I really want you on that show. I really want to get your thoughts on both of those games, especially our big one.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'll definitely let you guys know in the next couple of days. So, all right, guys. So that's it. For I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it, comment it, share it with all your friends on all the social media platforms as always. And for Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, for Didi Woodson in Spirits, I'm Michael Fletcher. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now. And in the immortal words of Rob from The Family Feud, naked grandma. Good night, everybody.